Hey, I'm Christian.
And I'm Alexis, and welcome to Small Space Sundays. We're delighted to be in the Western North Carolina countryside. And you went to high school around here, didn't you?
I went to junior high school around here before moving to Raleigh, North Carolina. But yeah, this was
the big city?
Yeah, this is a pretty place to be at 16 years old. Welcome to the Blissful Casita in Leicester, North Carolina.
It's a tiny house Airbnb with an epic 2-story deck. I love this because this triples the living space in the tiny house. And if you were ever dreaming of having a tiny home on your own land, you gotta do something like this, right?
Yeah, this is absolutely the way to do it. To have this outdoor space is amazing.
Because you can have an outdoor kitchen, outdoor lounge. That's what I really love, and what I can see here is that you can easily turn this into a screened-in porch, which is a good idea in North Carolina.
Oh, totally. So many bugs.
Yeah, I just saw a fly go by just as you said that.
So there's all kinds of cool ways to lounge on this deck. There is like this hammock chair, a cool little sofa, and this crazy lounge upstairs that I swear it could hold like 4 people, or you could just like nap or sleep up there at night. It's kind of cool.
That's what I would do in the summertime.
Yeah, totally.
And from up top, you can see Burt Mountain. And Ernie's next door, I think. Oh no, that's just the cows. Okay, so we're gonna give you a tour of the inside, and be sure to stick around to the end of the video for our ideas on how to maximize this space for full-time living.
Yeah, all right, let's go check it out. All right, welcome inside. So this little guy is a 30-foot by 8.5-foot tiny house. And as you can see, there is a ton of open space in here.
Like in the living room where we're standing, and the great thing about open space is it's like a blank slate where you can dream up however it's gonna work best for you. And in this case, there's room for things like a real couch.
Yeah, which not many tiny houses can say that.
So behind this delightful mustard colored couch, one of my favorite colors, is a little cafe table with room for 2, just enough room.
Yes, just enough. It looks like an outside table, but it totally works in here.
The TV is mounted above, which is on a swivel arm, which can tilt up and down and turn side to side for more comfortable viewing. Because I know a lot of you hate it when you see TVs that are mounted way up.
Yeah, way too high.
Yeah.
You gotta look like this. Yeah, that's never great, is it?
But when we watched our shows last night, I felt it was really comfortable.
Yeah, it's totally fine, yeah. And with it being North Carolina, you gotta have a mini split because you need that air conditioning in the summer, because I can't deal with the heat and humidity, so you absolutely gotta have that. And then there's a cool little ceiling fan up there that helps push the air around, so it gets all around the tiny house.
And importantly, it will push air into the loft space, which is semi-closed but does have an opening, and it can tend to be a little stuffier upstairs. So this is a must in a bigger tiny home for sure.
Do you believe in magic? Well, Anker's brand new Solex C800 Plus power station definitely seems magical, offering long-lasting power capacity and mind-blowing special features. It features 10 ports and a 1600 watt output. That's 400 watts higher than any competitor. Ready for more magic? The C800 Plus comes with a 3-mode camping light stored inside the power station. Choose the mode best suited for your outdoor needs: flashlight, floodlight, or candle mode for chillaxin'. And it comes with a retractable pole. Perfect for us photography nerds and content creators. Attach another light, use it like a selfie stick, or attach it to a tripod base, mobile phone, GoPro, or other camera. And voila, you're ready to create that sweet, sweet content. I can't even wait to put this baby to the test on our next filming road trip. Recharge to 100% in under an hour. And the cherry on top, enjoy a guaranteed 10-year lifespan with a 5-year warranty. So get your Anker Solex C800 Plus today. See the link in the description. All right, so over here is the kitchen. And one thing Alexis and I always talk about is how wide the kitchen is by butts.
Yeah.
So this kitchen it's 2-butt.
Yeah.
It's a little tight on this side, but it's 2-butt kitchen.
1 3/4 in spots, but mostly 2.
Mostly 2.
So get out of my way.
All right, okay.
It's a big kitchen, that's for sure. It's a really long galley style kitchen. So for me in a tiny house kitchen, I am all about pivot distance. So when I'm cooking, because I like to cook a lot, I like to be able to pretty much pivot and reach everything I need. So in this case, I can see here, they left us some olive oil. Thank you, host. But this could be a great place for spices, pantry, and then you could pivot over to the stove and the convection oven. So the Airbnb host here opted for a pretty sizable convection oven, which you could do quite a bit in that. And then you have the 2-top induction cooktop. This is the kind of cooktop that could be stored away to give you more counter space. And some people like that, especially in a tiny house, could be a good idea to do something like that. And then they have another tiny house favorite, which is a magnetic knife rack here. I do really appreciate that they installed this oven hood, because when you're cooking and you have all the steam and heat in a tiny house, it really can fill up the whole space. So you need something to get it out of here. So then over here, they have a double sink, which is fantastic for doing dishes if you don't have a tiny dishwasher, which they don't. So they clearly purchased some stock cabinetry here that didn't have drawers, but then they went back later and added these great IKEA sliding drawers. An excellent, cheap addition that really makes the deep space way more functional. And then on this side, they have various hanging space with this pegboard and hooks. I can see it being useful. I might do less of that in my own kitchen, but I do like, again, being able to easily reach things while I'm cooking. So the biggest feature in this kitchen is the massive pantry space that's built in underneath the stairs. So just incredible amount of space. And I'm thinking if you had a tiny home on your own property and you were into growing food and canning and that sort of thing, that this would be perfect for you. There's room for the materials you need to do it and for the food itself. So just past the apartment-sized fridge is the bathroom that has a sliding pocket door here. So as you can see, this is a very large tiny house bathroom. This is awesome for full-time living because there's a ton of storage in this vanity. And one of my personal favorites is a medicine cabinet for easy access to things that you use on a daily basis. There are huge shelves above the toilet, perfect for towels or linens. And this is a flush toilet because I believe this property is on a septic system. And then over here is a massive shower. It's 36 inches wide, so perfect for washing lots of long hair like mine. So I really appreciate that. And then they have one of these really great small space towel racks. However, I think I would mount it over here. That way, when you're not using the shower, you could turn it inside the shower so the towels are completely hidden and out of the way. And my tall other half, Christian, has hit his head on this a number of times, so not ideal. And lastly, over here is the utility closet, which used to house a stackable washer dryer.
One of the cool things that this tiny house has is a set of stairs. And we like stairs because it's a little bit easier than a ladder. It's more accessible to more people, which is great. And this one's cool because it's got a little landing that's over the top of these cabinets right here. So you can stand up there and get dressed and all that, which is fantastic. One thing I really like about this loft is how tall it is. So let me show you. All right, so this is the bedroom. And where I'm standing right now is actually the landing on the way up to the bedroom. And you can see I look kind of short right here, but I can stand up fully. The ceiling's above me. So what's cool is if I wanted to get dressed right here in the bedroom loft, I still could. But the other cool thing is notice that this bed is on a bed frame. That's kind of crazy. That doesn't usually happen. And I'm 6'2" and I can still sit up in here. So even if this bed was on the floor up here, like it is mostly in lofts, there is just a ton of space up here. And that's because the person that built this house built the ceiling downstairs just a little bit lower, just a little bit, not much. I think it's like 6'7" downstairs. and that makes a ton of room up here. I guess one of the downfalls up here is that you couldn't have a king bed because of the width of the landing up here. It makes it so a queen bed will fit, which is fantastic. Another thing I like is the other side of the loft space where there is a wall, but there's an opening in the center of it. So you still have a view of downstairs. You can still get heat and air conditioning through that hole up here, but it gives you a really good sense of privacy if somebody's down there watching television or something like that. Alexis and I have been in tons of tiny homes. We've seen what works and what doesn't work. And because of that, we have tons of ideas on how to improve a tiny space. So let's go downstairs and talk about that.
So as we've shown you, the Blissful Casita tiny house has a lot going for it.
Yeah, it's a cool rental.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's move-in ready now. However, I think there's some things that you could do to better maximize each of the rooms to their full potential. And right away, I have to start with this. You guys, if you've heard us talk, you might be tired of this, but it's a shoe rack.
Oh yes, a shoe rack.
Get your shoes off the floor. And the nice thing is they do have a place to hang a few jackets, and under it is tons of opportunity to put in a few shelves to put away your shoes when you walk in, and maybe you could even have a couple extra hook for keys and glasses.
We still need that glasses hook in our A-frame. That's something we don't have yet.
It's a work in progress.
It is, yeah.
The other big opportunity, like we mentioned before, is with this big open living room, you can put in real furniture.
Yeah, which is rad. It's awesome to have the biggest, most comfortable sofa you can possibly have.
Because let's face it, we spend a lot of time lounging.
Yeah, totally.
So why not an L-shaped sofa?
Yeah, a big L-shaped sofa.
So there's a perfect opportunity here for an L-shaped sofa in the back corner. And you might be able to keep the TV where it is now.
Or you could do what we did in our tiny house, which was I built a little bit of a cabinet table thing. So imagine a flip-up table that comes up from the wall with a little bit of space deep enough for a television. And what you can do is open up the top and the TV slides out from behind it. Yes, it's going to cover the window, but you're more than likely not looking out the window at night when you're sitting watching TV anyway, so.
And what I love about that is you can tuck away the TV so it's not a focal point during the day when you're going about your daily activities.
There's a ton of stuff that can be done in the kitchen because where the little oven and cooktop are sitting, they're sitting on top of a table. So this doesn't even have to be here. And what we thought would be really, really cool is a little bit more of an L-shaped island. So imagine you have a little spot to put 4 stools.
2 on either side.
2 on either side, and sit and actually have dinner.
That would be excellent. And then you have even more counter space for when you're cooking, which is nice.
Yep.
And speaking of more counter space, well, I told you I like to do cooking. So I'd really prefer a range, where you have the oven and the stove as one piece. As Christian mentioned, there's plenty of room. You can take out this table, add an oven, and then put in the L-shaped kitchen island, and boom, you're in business. And if you want even more counter space, you put a cutting board on top of the oven, and there you go.
Yeah. So the pantry in the kitchen really is dying for shelves. Most of the stuff that's in there is sitting on the floor and a little bit on the wheel well, but it needs some shelves. And if you turned them into like these drawers that they have pulled out here in the kitchen, if you install those in there, that'd be even better.
It's the perfect thing for deep spaces. It really is. That way nothing gets lost or hidden, which is something, as tiny home dwellers, we want to be able to be aware of everything we own at all times. So that's where those slides really come in handy.
Totally.
The utility closet in the bathroom is another great opportunity to add storage. You could put in a clothes rack to have hanging storage. You could do 1 or 2 levels. If you do 1 level, there's room for a combo washer dryer beneath, or you can opt for a stackable washer dryer and still have room for brooms and cleaning supplies.
And up in the loft, because there is so much height, there is so many different things that you can do up there. And one is super useful, and it's putting a closet down the other end of the bed. So where that space is as you're coming up the stairs, there's that, width of the steps next to the bed. Building a closet right there would be great. And Alexis had a good idea where putting a mirror on the end of it, so when you're standing on the landing, you could actually see yourself.
What luxury, being able to get dressed upstairs in a tiny house and see yourself. Yeah, 2 thumbs up. And then because you have so much depth in the loft, there's a perfect opportunity to put in a little workspace in the front. You could have a desk with a table and actually sit comfortably like in a regular chair just about.
Yeah, the bed is just the right height for a regular chair. So yeah, you could absolutely sit in a chair up there.
Oh, lastly would be the handrail. So currently where the handrail is mounted is perfect for going upstairs, but it's super awkward for going downstairs because it's so low. When I had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, it was a little bit dicey trying to find that handrail and make it safely down the stairs. So I think the simplest solution would just be to mount it about 3 feet higher and you'd be good both directions. So keep that in mind if you're building a tiny house. Try it both ways.
Yeah, totally. Good idea.
Well, what would you do in this tiny house to make it work for you as a full-time home?
Yeah, that is a good idea.
Let us know in the comments below.
And we'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching our video and for stopping by Tiny House Expedition. I'm Alexis.
And I'm Christian. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And for more tiny home tours and stories, click the videos below.
And join us on Instagram for bonus content,
including face-to-face conversations with us. We hope to see you there.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.